Hey audio listener, welcome to the AV Epochs podcast, an Avenue Studios production. Check out our Patreon and locals community for exclusive content, access to our private Discord, and so much more. And don't forget to review our podcast to help spread the word. And now, let's dive into the adventure. Hey everybody, it's Dan. Welcome to AV Epochs, and welcome to a special one-shot run by our very own 𝒂𝒐𝒆𝒂, with extra special guests joining us. It was a treat to play in this game, and I hope you enjoy it. I will be breaking it up into several episodes here, so here is part 3 of the Secrets of Ambara.
So I just want to dare get vaporized.
So a slight retroactive on what you guys saw happen. Okay, so you saw Derek kind of flicker and appear as like it seems like the invisibility dropped, and the electricity just like incinerates him. The sword flies 15 feet off the top of the train, kind of hovers there for a moment, and then drops to the ground, clattering on the ground.
Rest assured, the dragon took note of where the shiny went.
Okay. Guess it's just us now. What did
I
we
mean,
already
the
say
sword
that?
fell on your side, Luke.
I mean, but the other... I don't know what to do now. Well, is our hero still in the sky? Oh boy.
That's not,
Well,
I think so.
he is, yeah.
Yes, he is. Yes.
But he's invisible, so I don't know if you would.
Oh, is he invisible too? Okay.
Yes.
Never mind. Huh? You never been in the sky. All
Oh,
right.
I guess that depends on if the invisibility can just affect enemies or if allies are able to kind of see where.
Is it a bane or is it a boon?
It's a boon.
It's a boon. So I don't think that enemy. Oh, but man, is
Because the way that he does it is by awareness. So
you can choose who's aware of it.
okay. So you guys
Or
might
heroes in
see
the sky.
like you might see a shadowy outline that seems like maybe
If we
Yeah,
look for
you
him.
know who is not supposed to be visually aware of our hero.
right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I did not like that. You got to keep it. Now, listen, I wanted your mouth to be open before, now I want it to be shut because I don't like that. So I'm going to try to put a polymorph bane on him
Nice.
to lower that ability, which I assume is energy or whatever the appropriate
The
set.
energy is lighting, so yeah.
So I'm going to attempt that. I am bolstered for alteration. So I'm going to quick pull out my tools, a bunch of little spidery looking things. Wind, chuck them out. Hopefully they'll do something. 2, and then I get 2 advantage from Bane Focus. Alright. So that's 28 against toughness.
Yeah, that beats the toughness.
Awesome. So my polymorph flavor is sorry, I have it here. Just want to confirm. So the attribute scores are reduced by 3.
Which ones?
I'm targeting his breath weapon, so the electricity
Okay.
that just came out, yeah.
All right.
So it's wrapped basically the
Well, it's
spiders
not
are
it wasn't the energy, it was the breath weapon.
Oh, that's
That
right.
was the electro gauntlet.
electric gauntlet. So the spiders are starting to crawl all over the gauntlet, like gnawing at it and trying to bite
Okay.
at it and spitting stuff out.
Okay.
I want it, but I might have to break it first. And I'm gonna spend a minor action, if I may, to try and find where that glowing thing went.
Okay, go ahead, take a peek.
Because it disappeared.
Perception versus,
Where
if you
is
remember
where is he in location to me? You're right in
opposite
front.
side. You two are on one side.
Yep.
Because you went behind.
Yep.
And then Luke and Luke is no.
Luke is on my side.
Luke Wall-ter,
Wall-ter.
and
Derek's
sword are on the far side of the train from the dragon.
Yep. And I'm right next to
Eddy
the dragon on
and
the.
Eddy's next to the dragon.
Yep.
And our hero is above somewhere.
Indeed. Okay. How tall is the dragon?
Like
15
20
feet?
feet shoulder height,
20 feet? Okay.
and then the neck goes another 10 if it stretches a bit.
Perfect.
So yes, augmenting basically, right? Okay, so the perception's coming out, and it depends on what I see whether I move towards something or not.
Okay. I don't remember what the DC was for that
What is it
illusion.
with perceptions
Was it
with this
30?
guy? 25 so far, natural 20,
What?
and another 38.
I think that beats the illusion.
Yeah, it was
Right,
32.
32,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Yes.
32.
So you blink a little bit and you can kind of see that it's not just a beam of light from the ceiling that's shining off the wheel, creating one of those little light spots on the ground there. It's actually the orb itself. It just looks like light reflecting off the wheel, making a little circle on the floor.
Rub my goggles and nonchalantly start walking towards it.
You just have to hop down like onto the tracks. They're recessed a little bit in the floor and hop up on the other side. Not too much of an
You
obstacle,
know,
but you're crawling under the train.
Looking like I'm picking up those bits and bobs he threw away. Just making my way.
Just all nonchalant.
Yeah,
Making your way downtown.
Okay.
and that's me.
So the dragon, looks over with the arc of the sword flying out, and then glances off a little bit aside to where this wall is.
Air quotes and then Sammy's facial expression. I
How
guess.
many times? This one isn't so hard. The dragon's just gonna hop up, flap the wings,
That's right, the dragon's in the air.
kick off from the train, charging at this wall. It's just gonna bowl right into you. It's gonna try and send the wall through the wall.
Wallception.
Hold on, I recreate the moment.
That was great.
So you'll land again, Zach.
We're gonna try and throw this wall through the wall.
Wallception.
Better the second time.
It was better the second time. Well done.
Disadvantage for charge?
Yeah, so if you're moving more than your speed, yeah, you have disadvantage 1 to
Okay.
get that extra attack. If you're just moving, because you said he's throwing it.
He's moving more than his speed.
Well, now here's the thing: is you're on a boss edge, which you only have one action for.
Isn't a charge one action because it incorporates the move?
Well, no, it's a focus action.
Focus action.
Okay.
So you
That's
need
fair.
minor. So yeah, he's only able to either attack, move, or he could sacrifice it as a. I mean, technically, it's a major action is what he has, but you can make
Okay.
a major action be a move action,
Or invoking a boon.
right? Yeah.
Okay. So then, with that, then the dragon's going to draw in a deep breath.
So it really was a wallception because it didn't actually happen.
It's all just a dream.
Getting deep.
Whoa.
Wall deep.
We're gonna need that fireman's ladder.
So, but he is still kind of looking over at that wall. He draws in a deep breath, and his head tucks into that funnel that is on the left arm. And then he channels that breath weapon down this funnel. It arcs in a J-tube up over into the dynamo, which then springs to life beyond what it was before. Everything cranks up in speed, whirling and hissing and whining. Pistons running up and down to the wings and down the accoutrements over the legs start to just lock and wind into position. This is effectively a bolster.
On self?
On self, yes.
You know, you can make
Why
yourself feel better.
didn't it bolster you? I don't understand.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like bolstering, his friends.
So, is the dragon still flying? Or is the dragon landed on back
The
on the
dragon
train?
never flew
Yeah, no, it's still just hovering up.
because it changed when it fell. I attacked it, and so instead of flying, it attacked me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's still on the ground next to the train.
Yeah, it's just charging up.
Understood. Very good.
Can I use my defensive action via Sentinel to apply resistance on someone?
No, because that wouldn't be a defend interrupt.
It's not okay.
No.
Gotta be someone gets attacked, you roll against that attack. No, you could flavor it as resistance.
Okay, it makes the bolster.
But it's not actually, not actually the boon. It's like a brief or something.
Back up to the top.
Yep.
All right, so sword on the ground. Derek apparently vaporized. You hear. Well, you guys can kind of see there's a motion as the flashbang arrowhead mod is applied in the air, and you hear.
Is that the noise that it makes?
Yeah.
Flashbang arrowhead mod.
You gotta slide it on top of the thing.
Oh, okay. All right.
And you hear, I am Arkiro. And
For the podcast listeners, that's not actually what he sounds like.
wait, what does he sound like?
How would Akio say it? I am Akio.
Well, being that this is not the ARKEERO, that this is from the Open Legend Bomb Squad universe, that this is apparently an evil twin brother.
As a point of fact, this is Derek's interpretation of what this guy is saying. I mean, because what stupid name is Arkiro? It's clearly a name. It's like three names. It's the first name, the middle name, the last name.
Clearly.
The last name's clearly spelled OYE, and the YE is silent. And so,
He's the history major. He knows the legends. He knows the tales.
yeah. I mean, 'cause no one would spell their name like that.
Yeah. So what you...
Ooh, woo.
Perfect.
Yeah, but now how would...
Well, Arkiro would sound very different, but I would imagine that this is, since it's your interpretation, it'd be more like, I am Arkiro!
He is the crow that shoots sparrows.
Correct.
He is now a crow. You may harvest his eye when this is done.
Yes!
And we have a dragon's fang, too.
Yeah.
That's everything we need.
Claw. It's a big one.
So that would be a 24. He's still invisible, so -4 on his guard. Mm-hmm. Okay, so does that hit? 24?
Oh, 24 again. Oh, and -4 again. Sorry, God. Yep, that's a hit.
Okay, and so he's blinded by the flashbang arrowhead as it goes off. And yeah, whatever damage that did. Mm-hmm. And then you see a little flicker as like Derek reappears on the ground suddenly. I don't know if anybody's actually like paying attention to that right now.
I would.
Wall-ter will be the one
I
to
would.
see it on that side.
You would notice it looks very similar to how it looks when he causes either Arkiro or Ogmelf to appear. Derek appears in a very similar fashion.
Okay.
And then the sword kind of floats up to his hip. And that's that would be all that can happen on that turn. Derek is not invisible, but Arkiro is still invisible. Yeah, I think that's all I can do.
Okay. We're gonna shake the bane.
Oh, and let me roll the d8. So you're stunned and persistent damage. So that means that if you attempt, that's all you can do this round unless you successfully shake off stunned.
And
Right.
persistent
I'll
damage.
start with shaking off sun then.
Okay.
And persistent damage.
Yes. And persistent damage, you have disadvantage.
So what is the power of the score of the attribute you used to inflict stunned?
That would be a score of 6.
Okay, so I need a 22 because we're going by the the bomb squad rule for shaking banes, just because it's what I'm familiar with.
Sure.
Okay. And it's for
Can you explain that real quick? What is the bomb squad?
So we're doing you're rolling, the person who's trying to resist the bane is rolling their attribute that flavorfully fits overcoming it against a DC of 10 plus twice the afflicting score, so that it can be a little bit more tied to attributes, how hard it is to shake and what you're doing in order to shake it.
Cool. Thank you. Just for our listeners, in case they haven't had experience with Bomb Squad, which I don't know why
someday we'll do a druid's table.
You should just watch Bomb Squad and you can find all this stuff out.
Kinda. Yes, sure.
Kind of.
Cheers. We haven't talked about it.
I watched Bomb Squad and I didn't know that. So
I know.
We haven't talked about it? I'm
Not
sure we've
really.
mentioned
no,
them.
there's a couple things. Yeah, it hasn't been mentioned yet. Because I even asked. I was
24.
Like,
You mean in the bonus content
Okay, so
if you become a
shaking
patron?
stunned with a 24 might.
okay. And it was a score of 6, so that'd be a 22. Mm-hmm. So you would successfully shake stun. Now you can roll to shake persistent damage.
For our podcast listeners,
And the
the dragon
persistent
just did
damage
a
is
Harlem
this
shake.
entropic energy. And the persistent damage is the entropic energy.
Correct.
Okay.
And it's at disadvantage.
That
Because
was
it's
a
potent.
disadvantage. Okay.
Unless you have a
That would
corresponding.
be
Smells like beef and cheese. It's very potent.
fortitude, I think. Because you're just trying to tank it, or would you create something
Deadly.
out of entropic energy? That doesn't make sense. I think he's just going to have to try and, like, withstand the effects with fortitude.
Because that's a
Disadvantage?
property of the physical sword that did that.
Okay. So entropic. So we're doing fortitude at disadvantage, but that's still really good. 16, 22, 20. Oh, no, not that one because that one explodes. Sorry. So it is 22.
Now, here's the interesting thing is, since it's listed on it, it's technically, like, considered a power level 7. There is no power level 7 because it's a listed bane, so I don't know if you would consider that.
Well, it's the inflicting attribute, though. So
Well, but so for purposes of a listed bane, right, you get to do it one higher than you normally would. So I don't know if that would take into effect for how difficult it is to resist.
Right.
No, I think that that's
You'd still
that's
be
a-
rolling the attribute, though, right? Because did you roll a dice size higher? You just
No,
have
no, no,
access to it. Yeah, and
Yeah.
what we were doing is it's based specifically off the
Okay.
dice roll. So I think that's what I would say. But
Okay, so we're resisting the persistent damage.
Right. But you did take 5
Yep.
before.
Because that happens at the start of the turn.
that is an interesting
Got it.
point.
Yeah. So yeah, some of the parts look a bit decayed, and there is some rot around the scales where the sword left its mark. Leaving at, and is that all of it?
So
you're
now,
shaking?
because he successfully resisted stun, he gets his move. Or he gets his major and his minors back.
major, but not the full of charge.
Right, he's
Majors.
used his move action to get
He's
rid of
using the
those.
move, so we've got the major and the minor.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, well now here's a complication because you did a boon, but technically you didn't have a minor to sustain that boon.
Well, on boss edge.
Yeah, that's weird. Since it's a boss edge, you wouldn't have. I think it lasts until because you didn't have any other boons
would last
active, so it would
until
last
his
until the
turn.
next
Now
turn.
he has to. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's fun to think about rules.
Yeah. If you'd been sustaining another boon, then
Right.
Can he sustain the boon with just one of the major actions?
Well, he's fine though because
you're
it's his
fine
full
now.
turn.
'Cause you have your major and your minors back.
Getting rid of
Okay.
that stun was the kicker.
Ah, gotcha. So yeah, that had to go in order to maintain that.
Yep.
All right. So then we just have a major action. So we have gnome sneaking under the table.
What?
I can't quite get under the train.
I don't know.
Bird's
Meander
still
namelessly.
invisible.
Derek suddenly appeared for the
Derek's-
first time, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, people just come and go.
And a small wall getting smaller.
Just, for those listening, is slowly shaking his head.
I was going to roll perception to see if you can also notice the gnome.
What? No, don't mind me.
Don't know what gnome you're talking
I
about.
was trying to have
There's
a
no
conversation.
gnome. Because no's in the name.
It's more like actually like Godot. But that's all right.
I mean, you can roll agility, but the answer is no.
Would you like me to?
Sure.
Dodge that eyeball.
All right, yeah. Oh my gosh.
What did you get?
Exploded.
26.
Okay, yeah, you don't notice the gnome. So,
It's lucky Luke. Yes,
He just waves. He waves his hand in front of his face, doing the John Cena.
You know what though? I think this is you guys are gonna hate me. It's a really good time for my flutter trigger,
sure.
so that he does notice me.
Okay.
I'm like doing the hand over the eye, and he's not looking. And then he just says this nasty cough, and he spits something.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's really yeah.
Legend point to you then.
Yep.
There you go.
So,
Thank you.
good on you. You
You brought the sick one.
your cough betrays yourself popping up on the other, up over the little recess that the tracks are set into. And as you pop up over, the tail is just going to come sweeping in on you.
Oh dear.
Barrier.
I feel like Wall-ter sees it coming. Ooh, that's not gonna be good.
It's gonna hit you like a sack of bricks. Yeah, well, that's a 2, but the D4 exploded.
All right.
Yeah. It exploded again.
Yes.
So you're at 10.
Come on now. Come on.
35.
Booty boom.
Nope. 13.
Okay. Well, that's gonna hurt. 35.
35. So take 22, and then we are forced moving you, but into the side of the train.
Oh.
Wasn't that 19 damage?
Yeah, I'm 16. So yeah, 19. Okay. All right.
So I need a conversion of forced move distance to damage. Is it like a
'cause
D6 per 5 foot?
Well, you can do because he's slamming into a wall.
He's slamming into the side
So
of the train.
there's environmental damage, and it just goes up by the. So you can do D4 for something that's simple, D6 for something a little bit more, D8 for something a little bit higher.
Okay.
D10, then 2D6.
All right. I'm gonna go with a D8 because you are getting thrown just directly into it. He's popping up over the side and then gets slammed right into the train itself. 5.
Still up. Yeah, try to say it. Yeah, I feel good.
Do you?
Your time is short. Why do you make it shorter?
Well, I probably shouldn't have been working with so much radiation. I'm sure.
You'll be more useful once you're dead.
Yeah, I've said that a lot of things too.
You see that the dragon is just looking at you lying there, and it looks like he's just quite willing to bear down on you, but there is still that glance up at this wall that keeps appearing, and the vague direction over to where Wall-ter is. Edis?
Up to this point, there has not been a direct threat
Okay.
until the dragon just said, until I kill you. And so now Eddie's going to move.
Okay.
So Eddie's going to go.
What happens?
Eddie's going to go to the dynamo. And so he's going to attack it directly, the jewels underneath.
Okay.
That's just Sammy kicking over it. And here's the share.
Wow.
Thank you. So,
Ding it, boy.
He's invisible. He's got haste 6. So he's going to do 2 attacks.
You're going to try to do 2 attacks.
Okay.
But first, you are triggering an autonomous action.
Okay.
As you climb up onto its back, the vents of this dynamo all flare out open on your side and just vent the energy out as steams and arcs of electricity that pop off of coils.
So it's what triggered it?
Climbing on his back.
Okay.
Autonomous is a thing you can put on items.
Well, so
He's invisible.
He's climbing on its back.
I'm also
he's not
trackable.
touch free.
Draggable just means you wouldn't leave any tracks, but you're physically touching it.
Physically touching it. Okay. All right. So is it an attack?
It is an attack.
Okay.
With the potential of some banes. 31.
Against
your I guess its guard is you could possibly dodge or deflect it. It's not just roasting you.
Okay.
I think you're gonna hear, "I am Arkiro!" I'm gonna spend 2 legend points.
Sure.
Wow.
Ding it! Ding it!
Oh, sorry. Ooh, that was a good noise.
That was a good noise.
It made it.
Got
Oh,
the
it
ding.
went inside.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. Okay. For our podcast listeners, Great Moustache just threw 2 legend point tokens, and they both hit inside the glass jar.
Sorry, Dan.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
For your editing purposes later. I'm so sorry.
All right. So starting with a 14. Gonna be rolling 6. Oh, that's 1 explosion.
Nice.
6 is the highest. That's 2 more. 7 is the highest. 7's highest. Okay, so we're at 29 so far.
Plus
31 plus the 2 legend points, so that's 33.
Okay. Yep. It takes the damage. So Arkiro takes.
So Arkiro like swoops in, and you see he like picks you up out of the way and then drops you back down flavor wise. Or I can move you 15 feet.
towards where I need to go.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. On the back of the dragon?
Yep.
Okie
It probably feels really disgusting as these bird feet like grab onto you.
know.
I mean, that'd be
Birds are so
nasty.
dirty.
Birds are just dirty.
While he's flying through the air, he's just brushing himself off. Not that anybody could see him, but you know.
Yeah, they're both invisible.
Okay, so I guess he's still.
Nobody saw anything.
It's still Edis's turn though, because that was
Yeah.
an odd automated and then response.
Yep. So, beautiful. So he's hidden. So his first attack, he's just gonna go straight for it. So he's got the lethal strike because he can't be seen. He's got the 2 bolster. That's there. He's got the deadly 1 with his hidden wrist blades that he's popping out. So we're moving with advantage 4 in this first one. Oh, don't do that.
So we need to spend 8 legend points to get like the D4 roll thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
6 more.
No, I'm gonna spend a legend point on the next one. All right, so here's this. Nice. Oh shoot. Okay. Okay. And one more. Okay, perfect. Sorry, give me a second real quick.
podcast listeners.
So I'm currently at 30.
Austin is doing math
34.
in his head.
34 for the first attack.
And there is smoke coming out of his ears.
And then for his second attack, because it's disadvantage 3, it's just a +1. So I'm going to do legend point.
You did 10 points with the first one, so you know what you get to do.
Bane.
What are we going to be able to do here?
Can you incapacitate? Because then he'd have a lot less defense against you.
Yeah. I can. I'll do incapacitate. And the second one.
Surprise attack.
With legend point, surprise attack.
So he's startled. That's his. He's
Yep.
oh, I'm so startled.
What's
All right.
your flavor on incapacitate?
As he's attacking, he's simultaneously spraying a gas from his other dart wrist launcher, and it's just this. It's a real like a dozy sleep type of mist that goes in. So as the dragon's breathing in, there's just this like desire to fall asleep, just to go down. There's this dreamlike state, kind of similar to what Derek was doing earlier, but this in an actual physical form. So just kind of doing that way. Cool. And then the second attack is going same thing. Advantage 2 this time. Okay. 27 for that attack.
Okay. What was the power level of the incapacitate? It's 5, right?
Yep, I think so. Give me a second real quick. Yes. Yep. And then he's going to use his remainder to get off the dragon
Okay.
and leave.
Bug out.
Yep.
So
Quick
what was
attack.
the damage on that second attack?
27.
27.
Was his roll.
28 with the legend point.
Oh right, yeah. 28.
13.
So we're
13
at-
points from that second one.
Nice. So do a second one. Second Bane.
But the second attack is then going to wake him up from the incapacitated, unless you're going to re-incapacitate him.
I'll just re-incapacitate him.
Okay. you see the eyes flare open again, and
It's like
then
me on Poison Ivy.
and then
Oh my gosh.
Cool. And then so I'm gone just off the other side.
He's incapacitated.
can you, while you're incapacitated, shake incapacitated?
It's auto at the end, but usually the end of turn, so it's the end of the major. So I think it's up to you if you want to make it your action, I guess.
I mean, better than losing 3
I
boss
mean,
edges.
because it depends on how you look at it. Right. That would be the thing is when boss edge is concerned, it's kind of tax it all on. But at the same time, if you were doing it via multi-attack and haste stuff, you'd lose all that stuff, right?
Right.
Because you wouldn't be able to do it till the end of your turn.
Right. It's hard to guess a dragon. So he's
Right.
going to use this. He's going to use this as an opportunity. That'll
to
be
guess a
his fortitude. I think is the right one for this. All right.
How much your agility, Eddie?
How much is my agility?
Yeah.
It's against his agility. Okay.
My agility is 5.
So 20.
Dang. 19.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Harsh.
That's one failure.
That's
Wall.
fun. That was a whole lot of gas.
Whole lot of gas.
It kind of compounded with both slash. Space,
you-
Hit again. Space.
You did pick up a narcotic.
I did, but I put it back.
Did you put it back down?
Yeah, you
because after like he's like, oh, all those people got vaporized. Not taking this.
So technically, Wall-ter, you don't have a major
I've
action,
used,
but you've got your move and your minors.
Yeah, at the moment the dragon is a little out of it.
He's still incapacitated.
What special things can
Still
I do with
drugs.
For my
Minor.
minor action, I'm gonna take a picture of the dragon.
You can waddle really good.
I suppose I can set up for defense, right? Let me
Well, that's
who's
what
gonna
defend interrupts already are.
Oh yeah, no, but like flail wise.
He's getting ready.
Getting ready to play some Tetris.
Screw that. I'm gonna go into my tower form, okay? For my minor action, okay? I'm gonna set up my wall-mounted.
Describe what this looks like.
You look like a fucking tower, Zach. And this is a cylindrical object that actually has 4 walls. They're all brick in shape, but stone hued. And at the pinnacle of this watchtower is a wall-mounted thermite cannon. A minigun-sized cannon that can be mounted on a wall or tower. Wall tower. And fires a thermite canister with magnesium fuse strip. Upon impact, heat and molten bits are thrown in a 10-foot cube. And this will
The dragon is a 10-foot cube.
that's good. Wall-ter will protect his city.
I just get this picture of like the little mini wall doing like
Morphin eyes.
and he jumps into the big tower, and all of a sudden his Power Ranger Zord comes out, and it's like, oh, this is great,
Walking around awkwardly.
right? Facing off a giant dragon, and we're in the middle of a city.
This is good.
So are you still built into the wall, or did you like move
I've moved
up?
out from
So
it.
you moved up. So you're like up next to the train.
Yeah.
Because now you're
Yeah.
up towered over the top of the train. You can now look down and see the dragon.
So the front of my tower, right, is a mostly whitewashed tower, and the backside is where all of the runes from the previous civilization has been imbued onto it.
You have a bunch of runes on your backside.
I do. That's right. Some pinstriping. And yeah, that's where he gets most of his power from, if not all.
The pinstripes.
Not all.
You got to know him really well to see the other one.
That's it.
oh, we're going to shake this condition.
Swing, bada, swing.
Okay. 11, 17. This explodes.
No.
And again,
And
so we're over
again.
20.
Nice.
Good. Good. 36.
My wife hates playing games with me because she does something really well and like defeats me, and I'm like, oh, that was so good. and it's like, oh, the dragon shook it. Oh, good job, Zach. That
So
was
yeah,
so
some
good.
of the steam vents out and clears the air
Yep.
around. The dragon pulls his head up above that, looks over and sees the tower, and just another one of you. Luke.
Yeah. I feel good.
No.
Okay.
I knew that Luke would.
Oh, that was good. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. So the tail's still pressed against me. He's crushing me against the wall. Is there gear stuff on the tail that I can start messing with?
It's like it's a wrapping mesh of metal down the tail.
Okay, so it's just.
And then
more
there is a blade that comes off the back, kind of like the top of a fish fin that just kind of sails up and then points out.
Okay.
He didn't hit you with the blade, just just crushed with the tail.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm to squirm out. Would that be an action?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't actually have the bane of being like pinned or incapacitated yourself.
Gotcha. So I could move.
You can
use
still
my move
maneuver out.
action
It's
to
not
get
actually hindering. You just functionally have to move around a tail.
Yep. Okay. I'm just gonna do that and pop a cork. Pull my flask out.
You
And drink
squeeze
my
one of
little
your
bit.
little things and just dump oil on
Yeah.
yourself. Thanks, man.
Where's my healing saying? Wish me
Podcast
over
listeners, we are passing around chocolate with peanuts.
there. I'm gonna do it to
Please.
myself.
Not gonna
Ah.
book a gift chocolate in
All right. So I'm gonna hop out and just try to drink one of my bits and bobs that I got and heal myself. Which is actually D6s because that's creation. Not bolstered. Really bad. But I got exploding. Okay. So, power level 3 heal. Which is a D8. 6. That's something. And that's my... and then I'll get as far away as I can. And that's my turn.
So running away from the dragon, you'd be running down the length of the engine over towards the front of it. Roll perception for me.
All right.
But you are leaving the dragon's threatened range.
Yep.
That's where the
19.
tail is going to just whip over and try and catch you with a slice from that blade.
Yep.
Ooh. Two exploded on the D6. 19?
Still up.
Okay.
3.
You only took 3 from that one?
Correct.
Okay, good. No additional banes.
More at. Yep.
And
Cut
then
trip. Ah, dang it.
Boss Edge. So there is a tower. Yep, it's time for the tower. So he's going to just look you right in that white opaline wall, charge up his breath, breathe it in to the funnel. The whir and hiss of the dynamo is going to charge. The claw is going to start to crackle and hiss up like a taser. And then he's going to shove the train cart over till it hits you, and then the whole cart is just going to light up in electricity.
Question.
Yes.
With the train car, I have 2 things. One, didn't you do something to his electricity?
Yeah, I'm taking it.
gauntlet,
The gauntlet is impaired as it has.
Okay.
It has been polymorphed with
Cool.
the items.
I couldn't remember what it
Yep,
was. Thank you. And then the other one, now that the train car has moved, does that then expose the
Item.
item at the bottom of it that was underneath it? Or is it? Under
It
the
may.
engine?
He'll just have to notice itself. I mean, if you're still sustaining the illusion,
it's the illusion's
you
still
can-
being sustained.
You can adapt that illusion to the change of the environment.
Yeah. Right.
If you're sustaining an illusion, then you're sustaining it.
Okay.
And you're not still rolling with bolster, are you? Since he was incapacitated?
Okay. So without the bolster,
Unless it's an item that's doing it for
the
him.
item is doing the bolster. The item is the thing on its back.
And it's sustaining it?
Yeah. He just
Okay,
charges it up
then
every
if he
once.
if he was incapacitated, it wouldn't affect it.
Okay.
I'd see a 0.
What?
And a boomity boom. And a boomity boom. You're gonna. Yep.
36 Wall-ter.
I'm still standing.
Some of the rocks crack and pop as the electricity courses through and up into the runes between them.
All right. Derek is gonna like kind of wave his sword at him and says, "Ha! You didn't even hurt me." He's kind of using his proud here to probably get attention he shouldn't be getting. That was pathetic. I'm amazing. And so he's actually gonna use his presence to try and
Wait, he's back? Maybe he's all right.
He tends to come back.
What?
So
I
yeah,
didn't know you knew I was here.
Definitely got some healing there. So I'm a little better off. Let's see. Arkiro can't do anything but like move. He's still invisible, so he's gonna just fly a little higher. And so like, how far away would I be now? I was 15. I got pushed 15 feet away from the train. Right, is where the sword landed. Derek reappeared by the sword.
So you're 15 feet away from the train. The train is like 15 feet across itself. So if you're going underneath, and then the dragon is basically right on the other side.
So I could.
You're
Get there
30
with
feet
a
away.
single
You're just
move.
going.
Okay.
You're just going down into the groove that the tracks run through, and then popping up on the other side.
All right, yeah. So then, yeah, he'll attempt. He'll say, "Taste Destiny's song, Slicer of Suffering's End." And he'll,
Again.
What?
He's back.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Oh, not bad. Okay. 7's the high. 7, 5, 15, 29. He is not invisible anymore.
Okay. Yep, that does 5.
Oh, so then yeah, he's got persistent damage on him again.
Cool.
And he gets under there, proud, and then like maybe like a tickle in the back of his brain is like, I immediately regret this decision as he's underneath the dragon once more, probably like right in front of the dragon's maw or whatever.
If you want to be under the front of the dragon.
I mean, that's where he was ran because he's taunting him and then like slices at the neck or the throat or the chest or whatever's within reach, right?
Okay.
So I don't know if using that was enough to warrant.
It
earning a
functions
legend
as
point.
it's going to function as provoked.
Okay.
Tower or the dude with the sword right in front.
Okay. So I earned a legend point then.
Ding ding. All right.
I don't know if anybody. You wouldn't have been able to see him when he. I mean, you heard his yell. I don't know if anybody would have looked when he was like talking about how awesome he was. Mm-hmm. If somebody was looking, you might have noticed that.
Just one person was looking.
I noticed.
There was a, kind of the flare of his awareness or magic or however this works, and it seemed to ebb around the sword rather than the person.
Right.
Some people like shiny objects, It's fine.
It's fine. I like that Luke didn't see it. He was gone, now he's back again. He must be pretty awesome.
He's back.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
And that's everything.
Okay.
Oh, it's the top of his turn.
Persistent damage?
7.
Persistent
Nice.
damage doesn't trigger Banes if it does over 5, does it?
No.
Just
No, that's only damaging attacks, not.
damaging attacks. Okay.
That'd be nice. Oh, you get persistent damage again.
They would just stack.
Yeah. You have 20 persistent damage right now.
Okay.
What did you bolster?
I did bolster.
I bolstered you.
Oh, I bolstered alteration.
Okay. I was just checking if you had it for your defense or how are you doing that?
I don't know if I bolstered the right one, Dan.
That's
To be honest
fine.
with you.
You're fine.
So
You have your advantage from shield.
So
and
with
stuff.
that, it's going to rear up on those legs, spread out those wings, and then just beat them back to throw itself forward, throwing its claws, throwing its teeth down to just
is
snatch
fine.
at you.
This is fine.
You have extra dice on your defend rolls because of your shield. It has a defensive value.
Yeah, so you get advantage 2 on every time you defend.
Yes.
There was almost a 15 on that.
I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous at all.
Everything will be
No,
fine.
it's fine.
That's absurd.
Did you roll really low?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy low.
Oh,
it's
nice.
crazy low. So it's 15.
Okay.
Wow.
So the I'm going to guess it does not break your
No,
guard.
no.
So how do you evade the full force of a dragon coming straight down on top of you?
Like, if somebody was paying attention, they might notice this almost like the sword seems to move. He's either throwing his arm or it just seems like it pulls him out of the way a little bit. Podcast listeners, I don't know why I keep calling you cats, but you podcast
cats.
listeners. I do have cat dice, and I do love cats. So, I mean, but anyways, podcast listeners, I actually have a scimitar in my hand that I'm waving around dangerously close to Dan's head as I do that.
And then we're gonna just see if we notice. Nope. Power core still seems to have gone undetected.
Nice.
I'm sorry, what was that?
The power core still has not noticed
has
it.
not
It is
been
still
noticed.
it is still right
Nice.
there as he's like just completely borne down on you. He's like right, his face is like right next to the orb. You can't see it's there.
Haha, you see, you could not touch me.
That is
How far away am I now from him?
you're right next to him.
We're still right next to him?
Yep.
Perfect. He's gonna
Question.
Edit, go.
Is there any sort of like flanking advantage since he's so focused on me and we're kind of, does he get any advantage?
He's not entirely focused on I keep wanting to say Arkiro. Not entirely focused on Eddy,
It is
but
Eddy.
he's not unaware of Eddy. Additionally, it's hard to flank something when you're
That
across
big,
from them
yeah.
and they're mostly above you.
not.
But I'm above him, above them.
You are above him, above them. That's fair. No, that's fair. Since you're actually on the opposite side from the tower, then you are technically flanking because it's if you draw a line from you to the tower, the dragon is directly in between. So yeah, I'll say that you two are flanking.
I am flanking.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm going to, from my position, if I wanted to do a focus action, that's it. But I wouldn't be able to attack. I wouldn't be able to use another major action. Is that correct? If I wanted to do, since I'm do 2 actions.
We're talking haste.
Yeah.
Well, Mustache made a good point that the focus action costs a major, a move, and a minor.
Right.
So you could have the second major. I think it's kind of up to Zech how he wants to play it.
Yeah,
'cause
it's pretty
straightforward in the rules.
split between the open legend community whether you lose all major actions
Gotcha.
or just
the
one.
first one. Gotcha.
My personal view is you just lose 1 major, 1 move, and all your minors.
Got it. Okay. Well, I won't need to do a focus action, because I still have to sustain the
Oh, the
phantasm.
phantasm, right.
So I don't want to do that. Okay. So from my vantage point from the ground, I am going to use my wrist launcher dart and shoot at the same spot.
And you're invisible.
And I'm
because-
invisible, so 2 actions there. So with the flanking, I'll have advantage 6.
I mean, that's a lot of advantage though. I was gonna say, legend points there. How many do we have spent?
3?
3?
Yes.
I feel like we have more than that, but
Well, we've shared, but I don't know if they've all been spent.
got it.
I'm spending 1 on my turn. I might be spending 2 on my turn.
Nice. Okay.
Do it.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. So I'm currently at 23, 29, for my first attack. Mm-hmm. And then for my second one, I am going to use a legend point.
Just one?
Just one, because that's all. Oh, I have 2 left. Because that would put me at, with that legend point, it brings me to what, advantage 2 with that legend point. Yeah, so that's it. I'll do that. Yes.
I mean, you also get to apply a
Oh,
bane.
yeah,
Because you
with
got
that
you
initial one.
need 5 on that
The
first
bane.
attack.
Okay.
I guess that's up to Zach.
Don't I need to get 10?
Yeah.
It's 10 unless you have a potent. Is it potent bane?
Bane focus.
Bane
Bane
focus,
focus,
feat?
yeah.
Gotcha. Wait, so say I don't
You
get
have
a
to,
bane on
you
that
have
one.
to do 10 damage or
Yeah,
more
yeah.
to get an exceptional.
Oh, nice.
But he had done. He did 13. No?
On the previous one.
Oh, yeah. So he gets to apply.
He did that.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Not on, the
not on this
29
roll.
was not enough
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
to do exceptional.
Yeah, he's got like a guard of like 23 or something.
Okay.
22, 23. something like that.
32 on the second one.
Okay.
Nice.
Still aiming for that dynamo.
Well, you can see a couple of things. One, he is definitely hurting.
Cool. And sorry, real quick, for my action, I'm gonna, or for my movement, I'm gonna move to the other side, so that if he thought I was over here attacking from this side, so I'm just gonna move to the other side.
Okay. So in addition to having like several of these wounds where the sword has left necrotic markings, and what would the darts be leaving here?
The darts themselves would essentially remain impaled.
Yeah.
And so they'd probably there's a bit of remainder of the gas leaking out from them because they were gas powered to be able to shoot from it. It would. Is there any bane at all from it, or
No,
not?
we're just
Not
shy.
from the second one. Okay, just shy. But there was. So I mean, they would just be lodged in there. They're essentially these just large metal bullet-looking things. Mm-hmm. So little mini rockets.
Okay. One of the things that you notice, though, in addition to the woundings, is the sail or like gear on the back of his on his back begins to start spinning a little bit faster.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
The dynamo is still trying to pump out that power, but it's petered down in some of its steam. And the gauntlet is a little bit more degraded from that polymorphing effect. Mm-hmm. So, do you have to sustain that, or is that
It's
just
something that
simply
you can
persist?
resist.
Is something that can be resisted?
Yeah, it's a bane.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be sustained, but regular resist.
I think Derek is still his primary threat, being that you are right in the way.
I mean, can you really be in the way of a dragon?
You're in the way.
I mean, if you were a really
front
big
and
giant
center.
wall, I could see you being. True.
Or
Yeah.
teeny tiniest little gnome.
I mean, I mean, does the dragon care that I mocked it and said, "Haha, you can't hurt me"? I mean,
It's above that. It's above being mocked, right?
No.
No. No. It's not. No, it's not.
He's got his own problems. It's hard to picture. It's hard to decide which of you has been the most pain in my scales.
I'm pointing the back direction of Derek and the wall.
The tail does kind of twitch in the direction of the gnome.
I was just trying to have a conversation. I don't know whatever.
All this started.
No, it's got to be Derek here.
cool.
So,
Derek.
the breath is is billowing up, and it's going to come out as just the raw fire. Just tapping into this primal inner. Underneath this all, I am still just a dragon, and I do want to just burn things.
This is the end of part 3 of The Secrets of Ambara. Thank you for listening. This has been another fantastical episode of the AV Epochs podcast, an Avenue Studios production. Do give us a review on your podcast app of choice to help spread the word. You can further support us and become a part of the ever-growing forest known as Avenue Studios by joining our Patreon or Locals community. Doing so will not only help us to continue creating high-quality content, but you will also gain access to bonus content and our private Discord, where you can chat with us, play games, watch movies, and so much more. Don't forget to check our podcast description for the music and ambience that we use, and thank you so very much for joining the adventure, and we will see you next time.